Sam Walton, born on 29 March 1918, Oklahoma and USA. Died on 5th April 1990 in Arkansas and USA. Sam Walton said, if you don't listen to your customers, someone else will. Samuel Moore Walton was an American businessman and entrepreneur best known for founding the retailers Walmart and Sam's Club. Walmart Stores Incorporation grew to be the world's largest corporation by revenue as well as the biggest private employer in the world. For a period of time, Walton was the richest man in America. Sam Walton said, if you don't listen, you will not hear the sound of the one hand clapping. If you don't listen to your customers, someone else will. If you don't, that don't came when you go unconscious. Even if you are conscious, you get carried away by not connecting it to the roots, your family, that foundation which is pulling the kite where you fly high up in the sky. When you are high up in the sky, allow them to keep pulling. Allow them to keep calling you. So that when you want to come down, they can roll it up back so that you can come back to your foundation to have a deep, intimate relationship with your people where they listen to what you want to tell. Sam Walton said, if you don't listen to your customers, someone else will. If you don't listen, listening is very, very important. The whole world of spirituality, whole world of business, whole world of education talks only in one. Please listen. Please listen. And nobody is listening. They were not listening because there is too many things dumped into them. If you don't listen, listening is very, very important. When you start listening in one shot, you will be able to scan the whole subject, and examination is not a problem at all, because once you scan it, it will get imprinted every cell of your brain, and when the time comes, it strikes without thinking. You just listen to your teachers in the class, and the teachers listen to the students back. What happening in the education is, teachers keep on telling the children, you listen, but they forgot to listen what the students want to tell also. It's a two-way traffic. The husband listens to the wife and the wife listens to the husband. When the husband doesn't listen to the wife, then somebody else will listen to your wife. And then the divorce starts, the fight starts, the diseases in the house breaks up. Your money which is to go for the bad season will go to the hospitals. Yes, you will have no peace of mind. If you don't listen to your customers, yes, it's a two-way traffic. Listening is very, very important. Even Sam Walton understood, he has to listen to the customers and forget about customers alone. He made sure that he walked into as many retailer shops as possible in the world, yes, just to understand how, what, when, where and which. And he listens, yes. If you don't listen to your customers, Sam Walton said, my customers can fire me and my employees out by spending money somewhere else. Can you believe? Yes. When there is no love in the house, your person who is making the money and coming to the house, if he spends the money in the club and in the bar, so listening is very, very important. The house starts crashing. Sam Walton said, if you don't listen to your customers, if you don't listen, once you start listening, you will start enjoying. And slowly you will stop listening to the television and to the radio. Not totally, I'm talking television and radio and your mobile. All that is very, very important for the present generation. But for some time, you focus on an early morning chirping of the birds. You will listen to the birds, and once the ears start listening, it can segregate which bird, whether it's a crow or a myna or a pigeon. You can segregate into varieties of birds. That's the sound you can understand what kind of bird. Yes, and from there the segregation and the penetration goes deeper. The mind can say whether the bird is crying for food, or it is a mating season, or she's just enjoying, or the birds are screaming to warn you for something, or there's going to be the change in the weather, rain is going to come. So many things from one seed, from one listening. You can see the seed becoming a big tree with 72,000 nerve centers, millions of cells. That one listening is very, very important. And from there you just bring out a little more deeper. And then you hear what the Zen says. Listen to the sound of the one hand clapping. That one hand clapping, you can penetrate so deep inside, you can understand. Yes. Even when people start talking also, now if you don't listen, if you listen, you can segregate what people are talking. Are the people who are flattering you? What they're talking is real? Are they putting some masala into it? You do not need to go to any astrologer or to go to a scientific lab to segregate things. I had a Japanese businessman, and we were invited to South Africa for a business deal. And in one of the cities, this man, usually Japanese businessman, will ask these things, this question: do you have money? And yes, a rich man, to invest. Do you have political connections? Yes. Do you have mafia connections? That is the underworld. Do you have police connections? Yes. This is very important for them to start a business, to make a deal with anybody. And this person has got all that connecting links. We went to that particular city. I will not tell which city it is. When we went there, usually people take 200 years of history to find out what is this man, what is that city, etc., whether to invest or not. But this Japanese man just asked me, come, let's go. That man has proved he has got a lot of political connections, a lot of power. He's proved his power, wealth, car, everything. But my Japanese man, before he could sign the contract, he said, come, let's go to the road. And what is that got to do with the road? He was sitting in the road and he said, just watch. If cars are passing, vehicles are passing non-stop, then we can invest over here. That means vehicles are passing non-stop, people has got money to burn. If vehicles are not passing, that means don't invest. Even if that man has got money, he's got political connections, got police connections, mafia connections, we cannot invest because our money will all be eaten by this man. We cannot fight with him. Our aim is, listening is very important. Listening to your people, listening to your family people, yes. And Sam Walton has walked into as many retailer shops as possible in the world. Likewise, you have to walk into as many relatives' houses as possible and not opening your mouth. Just listening so that you can strengthen your family, to understand the family, the value of the family. If you do not understand your family, if you do not listen to your value, how do you sell your value to others? Man, you cannot sell your value to others because people will go, the relatives will go and spend with some other friends, and then friends become more important than the family. Family is crashing. In our school, the telephone will be ringing, 2 telephones or 4 telephones will be ringing at a time, and our receptionist will go and pick up the telephone. Never mind, they're picking up. But I used to always tell them, the moment the guest is God, the donor is God. The moment the donor walks in, Even if telephone is ringing, do not pick up the telephone. Everybody rush up to take care of that, because to get one person into our school is very, very important. And that also through all our prayers, in the sense all our hard labor and our early morning bhajans and the children's dance and taking, all this created a magnetic field for the person to walk in the form of God. And when God walks in, stop everything, just concentrate on the person. Even if my reception talking to each other also, I'll say, stop it, don't talk. Even if you're on the telephone, just disconnect the telephone, because the person who's calling may be able to call back again, but never mind. But the person who's coming is very important. Likewise, the person, the relatives, getting one relative and listening to relative, getting related to your place strengthens the bond, strengthens the power of your family. And you listen to your wife. If you don't listen to your wife, somebody else will listen to her. If you don't listen to your child, somebody else will listen to your child. The child will listen to tuition masters and the friends outside and start barking back at you. There was a story going on around here. The child comes back from the school and he sees the father sitting outside, and the child asks, "Dad!" Dad says, "Yes, where is mom?" And he said, she's inside. And he rushes inside. He'll be chit-chatting the mom, but not with the dad, because he knows he won't get anything from the dad. But the moment the dad sees the son coming, he gets up, he hugs him, takes his bag, removes his dress, washes hands, face and legs, and gives him a kiss, and goes to the wife and brings something for him to bite and eat. Then he knows my dad is good to listen, otherwise he should be used only for the money purpose. If the child doesn't show the love back, if you don't listen to the child will listen to somebody else. That is very, very important to connect. If you do not listen to your teachers, then your question will not listen for you to give your answers. Listening is very important, so practice listening. And that practice listening is not something that you have to go to some company or some seminars to practice. Your Samskriti early morning, what you do, that you continue to do. Continue to have a deep, intimate relationship with the nature. Look at the sun early morning, sunrise and sunset. Look into the sky for the stars. Enjoy the rainwater. Go to your village and walk in the field. You are not going to the village to show your beautiful Mercedes Benz car and your pants, suit and all. That also you carry, never mind. But keep that aside. Get down to your natural dress and work in the field. Work with them. Work harder than them. You have come there to help. Once you can help them, you have listened to them, and then taking that power, the love what they have given, strengthens the powerful bond, and you will not lose. You will never be deceased, because you got somebody else, a much bigger hospital which shows you love, not to take your money. Sam Walton said, if you don't listen to your customers, someone else will. This is my 376th Small Talks.